Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to an episode on the Knights and Castle Maze in Monster Legends. This is by far one of my most favorite events. It's been a while since I've been excited about an event. So let's see, get Quixote in the Knights and Castle Maze. This attacker doesn't hold back. He has incredible high damage skills, including one with no cooldowns, as well as one with 25% of killing the enemy instantly. However, remember Quixote is quite mad, and his almighty Balm of Firabra's skill can either give him triple damage or triple damage and self-possession. So risky monster. I want to spend the whole time, there's another event going on right now, the Easter event, but I want to spend the whole time this video talking about the Knights and Castles Maze, and I want to explain why I'm so excited. This event reminds me a lot of a previous event when Demise first got released. And Demise for some reason wasn't the last monster in the event. She was in the middle, which meant any single player can get her. And there's a similar thing, because you see this monster right here, Rocigon? He is the MVP of this event, not Quixote. This monster right here, it's incredibly good. I'll get into a mini analysis, and honestly I wish if I was to make an analysis on this monster right now, the whole entire video would be me talking about how crazy of a monster it is. Like, he's on a whole different level. Amazing. And yeah, let me actually show you this whole entire maze so you can see what you can actually get. And so here's a map of the entire event without all the clouds in the way. You can get some Easter eggs, you can get Baba Yaga cells, bronze relics, you can get some runes. Let's see, some gems there, more bronze relics, Kihaku cells. You can get Kihaku cells, that's pretty nice. You can get silver relic chest. You can get cells from the previous team race monster. Balor, what else can you get? More Baba Yaga, more Kihaku, more Baba Yaga, level 5 team life rune right there, level 5 speed rune right there, gold relic chest, Kihaku. And yeah, pretty much it's a lot of cells from some pretty good monsters, lots of relics as usual, Easter eggs for the Easter events. And so overall, I think it's a pretty good event, and I would highly recommend everyone to definitely try during this event. Like, I'm not kidding you, and this monster, oh my gosh, he's so amazing. But before we get into the mini analysis, just in case there's new people on the channel, just in case there's new people that don't understand how the maze works, well, it's a very simple event, and it requires you to log in periodically, actually every 4 hours. So if you click on Maze Help, these are the different ways you can actually get maze coins. You can get maze coins by collecting gold, for collecting food, fighting player versus player, breeding, hatching, and feeding your monsters. There are 6 different ways. And so let me demonstrate each of those ways. So I'm going to collect gold first. And the most coins you can get at a single time for collecting gold is 30. So as soon as I get 30, that is it. I can't get any more coins from collecting gold. And I'll demonstrate that by collecting everywhere else. And so that's because once the pool is full. So there's a spawn time and a pool time. The spawn time for each individual gold item, I'm not exactly too sure. It would probably be 40 divided by 30. That's because what everyone does know about this event is that every 4 hours your pool is full, which means that you can collect your 30 maze coins every 4 hours from collecting gold. So as you can see, I collected gold everywhere else. I got no more maze coins. That's because 30 is the maximum amount of coins I can get every 4 hours. As for collecting food, my recommendation for everyone is to plant nothing but the blue lizard cell. Plant that everywhere, click repeat, and then collect it. When you do that, I got 29 right there. I believe the maximum amount you should get, I got one more, that's 30. I want to say it's 50. Let me make sure about that. So I'm going to click repeat and I'll wait for these to be finished. Alright, let me click collect and I got 20 more. So as you can see, I had 30 before, now I got 20, that's 50. So now my pool is finished for collecting food. So I've collected gold, I've collected food. Let me do feeding my monster next, and luckily for me I have a lot of legendary monsters to feed. So I'll go to a random one. Typically I'll just spam feed one monster, and then I'll spam feed another monster, and then after that I'll notice I'll get some. So there's kind of like a delay before you actually start getting your maze coins for feeding monsters. So I think one feed should give me coins, just one. Maybe it's because they're low level. Let me try high level. So I'm missing 29 more. Let's level up this monster right here. Let's do a few clicks. I got some amount of coins, but I don't know. And what I hate about when I do that is that you need to make sure you empty out your pool. So just to be safe, I'm going to go around feeding more monsters. I'll just feed him again. So let's see, I got more maze coins right there. So as you can see, I might not be getting the maximum amount. So I'm just going to spam feed until I know 100% that I got all of my coins. And for feeding your monster, it should be 30 maze coins. So maybe I got that 1, and then maybe I got 21, and then maybe 9. I don't know. Let me spam feed one more time. It doesn't appear that I'm getting any more. I'll come back and check. But that's 3 things we've done so far. The breeding one is very simple. What you want to do is you want to breed Thunder Eagle. That's all you need to do. So as you can see, this habitat right here, I have a Thunder Eagle. To breed Thunder Eagle, it just requires one legendary monster, one legendary Thunder monster, and a Thunder Common Eagle, or you can just do 2 Thunder Eagles together. So let me sell this. I should get my 40 coins, my 50 coins. I believe it's 50 for selling and 50 for breeding. So just one. Watch when I do Thunder Eagle, that's when I'll get the 50 or like 48 because I did 2 of them. Plus 1. Oh, that was weird. Let me click repeat again. And then, do I want to spend gems? I'll spend the gems just to demonstrate it that it's legit. So sell it. I'll get the 50 now or the 48. 49, perfect. And I'll get another 49. So the reason it didn't happen immediately is just because I have all these other monsters in the way. But yeah, every 4 hours you should be getting 50 from breeding and 50 from hatching. And the easy way to keep track is because Thunder Eagle, his breeding time is exactly 4 hours, as is his hatching time. So you want to be sure to do that. Alright, so that's everything, right? That's the first 5. The last way you get maze coins is through PvP. And in order to get the coins, you need to make sure you win your battles. So what I would recommend for you to do, if you're having a tough time and you're like in Legendary 4, go to your defense team and put on something really easy. Put on common monsters, that'll make it easy. That way you'll become a target and then you can fight some easy defenses to make sure you win. So let me do that right now on this account. Press common, click him, exit out. And you really want to do this because also the more battles you win, the more spins you get, which gives you a higher chance to get 50 free maze coins. And so I'm just going to take revenge. Hopefully I win this battle. Let's do Forest Kidnapper. Yeah, it should be easy enough as long as Frostbite immobilizes. No, probably. I've ranked up monsters. I got this. So as soon as I win this battle, you'll see I'll get 15 maze coins. And then I'll get to spin the wheel for a potential 50 maze coins. So let's just do this skill. And then I'll do another AoE with my Undertaker and it's game over. I'll get my 15. Sorry if I said 50, 15. I'll do last ride. I'll get my 15 coins and you only get 15 also every 4 hours. So just, again, the key thing I've been emphasizing over and over again is 4 hours. If you want to excel this event, it doesn't matter what level you are, whether you're level 130, whether you're level 150, whether you're level 20, all you need to do, all you need to know about this event is that you have to log in every 4 hours. I got my maze coins, I get to spin, and as you can see, I got 30 from collecting gold, 50 from collecting food, 50 from breeding, 50 from hatching, and the key there is Thunder Eagle, and that's it. That's how you excel in this event. So I can do one more battle, but I'm not going to show you guys that because I really want to start talking about, the monsters. So let's move over to Monster Wiki and talk about them. Alright, so I'm just going to start off with the epic monster. This is my first time looking at this monster. Stats-wise for an epic, the only thing that really sticks out is the speed. I do believe that's pretty fast for an epic monster. Let's see him at level 100. 32 at 1. Yeah, pretty good for an epic monster. He can hold the Essence Relic and the Banner. That's pretty awesome. Let's see his skills. His ultimate, Good Silence, is called Sancho. Massive Earth Damage, AoE Bleeding. Immunity to Stun, Immunity to Possession to one ally. Nothing good there. Special Protection to one ally. Each Tuesday has its Sundays. 45 damage. Deals moderate magic damage. Applies immunity to stun to all allies. A team stun immunity for no cooldown. That's kind of nice. Dark Protection to all of your allies. Also no cooldown. What else? 50 damage. Immunity to Possession to all of your allies. And also no cooldown. And lastly, we have removes all negative status effects, applies special protection, which is also nice. So he appears to be more on the supportive end. In fact, if you were to give him all these immunity skills, he would only have 2 skills that deal damage. This is single monsters, so this is team, 35 damage, 40 damage, and then these deal no damage. So he appears to be more on the supportive end, hence why he's so fast. Honestly, I don't really care too much about this monster, don't really like him that much. He's going to be extremely cheap, so you definitely want to pick him up. Social Point always tends to have that event where if you collect monster XYZ, you get this special reward. So you probably should want to pick him up considering he'll be pretty cheap. Next we'll move on to Quixote, who's like the poster monster for this event. And power, look at that, 3542. We see this a lot with metal monsters, extremely high power. He's also pretty tanky, 31667, speed 3432. All of these stats are above average. So he's an attacker, I'm letting you know now. But not only that, he has a great life and a great speed. He also has a hardened trait, which is the best trait to have essentially for regular monsters. Sword Relic, which could increase his damage output, and Armor Relic, which increases survivability. So he's a really well balanced monster in terms of stats and relics and trait. Moving on to his ultimate, it deals insane damage to all enemies, 90 damage. Powerful ultimate, this is pretty much going to kill everyone. Powerful monster. Let's see what else he has. A self-heal, not important. 55 damage, no cooldown. That could be quite powerful considering his power. And considering he's a metal monster, he has to face Timerion. And now even more elements have cooldowns activated, so this skill might be worth running. He has a self skill that's damage boost and increased accuracy. He has a singular bleed? No, that can't be right. 35 damage. Applies bleeding to all enemies. So singular attack but AoE bleed. So I don't like the damage output on this, not strong enough for this monster considering his high power. He has this skill, 45 damage AoE, always a nice and powerful thing to have in a monster. And then he has this skill right here, which is his unique skill. So he gets triple damage for 2 turns, but he possesses himself for 2 turns, potentially. So the way it works, it's like, it's going to be 50-50, I'm assuming. 50% chance you just get a buff, you get triple damage, or there's a chance you get triple damage and self-possession for 2 turns. Now, this can still work to your advantage if you can somehow remove that possession, and then on the next turn, he's going to be able to deal some serious damage. Because then this skill right here, Best Sauce Hunger, this 45 damage AoE, is going to be not 90, but 135 damage. 135 special based. So if you can somehow partner him up with a support monster that gives him increased accuracy, removes negative effects, he's going to land that 135 damage. Or if that monster can do more, if you can somehow give him double damage and remove the negative effect, well then he's going to have the double damage, the triple damage, and the 45 damage. Oh my gosh, this monster he has a potential. If you can combo him right, he can be powerful. And it's funny. And then he has this skill, which is definitely, at first I was thinking it wouldn't be worth running, but the more I think about it, I'm like, maybe. So 25% chance of killing an enemy. That's a 1 in 4. 5% chance of killing a boss. I don't know, I really have to think about this. So in PvP, if you put this monster, can you just imagine 1/4 of the times you're gonna be landing the instant kill? Or if you put him on defense, how much would it suck to face this monster and then he does that attack against you and then you lose a monster and it was a 1 in 4 chance. So he's potentially a great monster to put on defense. So he's definitely worth looking into. Now going back to this skill and going back to the monster I consider to be incredible. It's been so long since there's a monster I've been this excited about, Rocigon. Like, look at the stats. First of all, you're probably looking at it and you're thinking armor. There's nothing impressive about this monster except his life. Power 3377, that's lame. Speed 3399, that's lame too. He's not a denier. He's not supposed to go first like Demise. He's actually supposed to be given 3 team speed runes and he's supposed to go last, and that is where he excels. And that's why you might even want to make the argument, this is the new best light monster. Better than Alkanine, better than even Ravish. I know Ravish has total blind and everything. You know what? It doesn't matter. If you were to fight a Ravish who total blinded you, this monster wouldn't even care. So let's go into why that is. So first of all, his trait is Hardened. Again, a really great trait to have. He can hold the Trap Relic, the Shield Relic. Let's scroll down. His ultimate. Let's talk about his ultimate. Deals massive special damage to all enemies, Ignition, and Burn. That is awesome. So for a monster that isn't going to be a damage dealer, it's great that he can apply Torture status effects, Ignition, and Burning. DLT damage over time every turn, that's 35%. So great monster there. Let's take a look at his skills. Daze, damage boost. Look at this one. Removes all negative status effects from all allies, requires cooldown, and it costs no stamina. So it's nice if you ever get stamina drained. Hey, you can still help your team out. You can still remove negative status effects. Let's keep on moving. Singular Daze. Let's take a look at this one. Deals moderate light damage to one enemy. Removes all negative status effects from all allies, requires cooldown. So you have a skill that can remove all negative effects from your team. A second skill. So we have this first one and we have the second one in case you want to deal some sort of damage. We have Old Horse's Momentum, applies double damage to all allies, requires cooldown. So just a basic support skill. We have this skill right here, A Sign We Are on Track. It's just an AoE day skill. We have They Are Not Giants, deals heavy light damage, removes positive status effects from all enemies. So let's take a look at what this monster can do before we look at the final skill. Because probably right now you're like, okay, he's not that impressive. He can remove positive effects from the enemy team. He can remove negative effects from your team. He can apply double damage, and he can daze. So you're going to have to pick between those skills, because the last skill you want is this one right here. Removes all negative side effects and cooldowns from one ally, gives 1 extra turn to one ally. This is the reason this monster is so darn incredibly powerful, and this is the reason this monster is a must-have. If this skill was to get changed, if anything about the skill was to get changed, then your whole opinion of this monster can change. But if this does not get nerfed, if this stays the way it is, this monster is incredibly, incredibly, incredibly powerful. Because it removes all negative side effects, it does both of those things. How can that even exist? That's ridiculous. Well, actually, not so much the removing negative effects. This right here is actually what, like, this combo already together is insane. Removing cooldowns and giving an extra turn. This allows the monster to be able to use probably their most powerful attack again. So just to give you guys an example, if you running this monster with Hackster, Hackster has 3 speed, this monster has team speed, your attacker has 2 team speed and a strength. Hackster can AoE hack and then he has like a 4 turn cooldown or a 3 turn cooldown, but then when this monster goes again, and he's gonna go last considering he has a low base speed and he's running only team speed. So once all of the enemy monsters attack themselves, this monster's gonna go again. He can use this skill on Hackster. Hackster can now go again and AoE hack again. And now the enemies are gonna be hacked again, because it resets the cooldown and grants an immediate extra turn. That's insane. But more so, you can use this monster with an attacker. So for example, if a monster like Flameirion has a 80 damage fire-based attack. So Flameirion can OTK monsters most of the time. So if you partner this monster up, once again, a deny monster with 3 speed, Flameirion 2 team speed and a strength, and then this monster. So deny monster denies, Flameirion goes, OTKs 1 enemy monster, this monster goes, grants an immediate extra turn to Flameirion, resets his cooldowns, so he's free to use that 80 damage attack again, and OTK another monster. You just took down 2 monsters. And then there's also some benefits if this monster is faster than your attacker. Let's say the enemy does an AoE deny skill, and your Rocigon didn't get denied. Well, let's say your attacker did get denied. Thanks to this skill also removes negative effects. So you can turn transfer immediately, assuming you're faster. He gets rid of his negative effect, he's free to attack, and then he's gonna go next in the turn order and attack again. And then, oh my gosh, I'm just getting started. The amount of combos with this monster are pretty much endless. But let's go back to Quixote. Do you remember the skill right here that gets him triple damage and possession? So take a look at what you can do. If you run both these monsters together in a team, Rocigon and Quixote, well, because Quixote has a faster base speed, Quixote would be able to do this skill, and even if you possess yourself, that doesn't matter. When Rocigon goes, guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna use his skill to remove that possession from your Quixote. Your Quixote is gonna have triple damage, he's gonna get a turn again, which means he can hit the enemy for 135 special base damage. This, I really can't get over all the combos you can do, especially with attackers, with deniers, with just about anything you want. This monster is not a 3-speed monster. He's not how you would run Demise. He's like Cloud essentially. He's like a second Cloud, but I would place this monster above Cloud because of the whole cooldowns activated. The fact that he restores the cooldown, removes all negative status effects and cooldowns on one ally. That is so darn powerful. On top of that, removing negative effects, that just makes it, like, honestly, he didn't need to remove negative effects and I would still be praising this monster. But then they gave him a little extra, which I can't get over because now you can partner him up with Quixote, which I guess is intentional since he's supposed to be like his steed or whatever. But just, honestly, I know this monster isn't fast. I know he's 33.99, but it actually works to his advantage. And so I'm really curious to know what you guys think about this monster. And it's like, I was the same way with Sammy. Sammy, having that extra turn skill plus precision, that's all I needed to consider him the best monster in the game. Because that's groundbreaking, well combined with the speed. And now getting this monster with this skill, even though his stats aren't necessarily the best. Well, first of all, he does have a high life, so he's not going to be dying anytime soon. But having the skill, the amount of combos you can do are endless. And that's why I'm saying, if he doesn't get hit, if he's not nerfed or anything, I think he's a contender for the top light legendary monster. Even though he's not fast, even though we're so used to deny monsters being the best, it doesn't matter. He's so darn good because of this skill. You can partner him up with any denier, like a Ruby. Ruby does her AoE, Ruby Explosion, applies 2 negative effects, 2 control effects, whatever. Enemy goes, this monster goes, grants her an extra turn, resets the cooldown, she can do it again. You can do it with deniers, with attackers. I'm so phenomenal. Like, you know what else you can do? You can use the skill on yourself. If you wanted to just troll, you can give this monster stamina runes, 1 or 2. Just use the skill on yourself because the cooldown resets. And so you'd be able to do this over and over and over. You'd spam it until you got your ultimate. That's a fun thing you can do. It only costs 22 stamina, which means you get a lot of tries out of it. And then hit the enemy with ignition and burning. No, but that's really just be for trolling sakes. Like, I can't get over how amazing this skill is. I seriously can't. And this monster, he should be your #1 priority. More than anything else, more than the Easter eggs, more than some Kihaku cells, more than whatever, you want to get this monster. I think a little over 5,000 coins without discount once you unlock his actual pathway. So again, he reminds me a lot of Demise. Demise, she should have been the last monster in the event whenever that event got released, but she wasn't. But she was undeniably the best. It's the same thing with this monster. As for Quixote, I mean, sure, he may be good, but he's nowhere near on the level of this monster right here. Phenomenal monster. Make sure you pick him up. I hope my tips and tricks were useful on how to get maze coins. Once again, it's really easy. Log in every 4 hours, do all the different tasks, and you'll excel. It doesn't matter what your level is, you'll do well. You should definitely try during this event. And honestly, even if you don't try, he's still really easy to get. That's what I love. If you decide, oh, I don't really care for this maze, I don't want to try, Just get enough maze coins to get this monster, that's all I'm asking for. Don't worry, I'm going to be doing notification videos like I used to do in previous mazes, just to let you guys know whenever there's a discount. Typically, the first discount is 30% off, and the last discount is 30% off. As for all the discounts in the middle, they're 10% off. But once again, I can't stress enough how important it is to get this monster. Also, there's going to be a limited time event where you can get Greedy Dragon, but that doesn't matter. Get this monster. With that being said, I'm Armor Gaming, thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next video.